Dude, where's your mailbox? So one night, I'm hanging out at the movies with some friends, and my mom calls me, and my first instinct is to smash the ignore button on my mom because she had this bad habit where when I was hanging out with friends, she always wanted to text me or call me for no reason, just ask me the dumbest things. Hey Jordan, where's the vacuum? Mom, I'm at the movies. So I would just ignore it. So after she called me about 4 times, I figured, all right, I'm gonna answer it. So I answered it, and she was freaking out. She's like, Jordan, and I was just like, yeah. She's like, do you have anybody at school that might not like you? And I was just like, well, yeah, everybody has haters, Mom. And she was just like, well, our mailbox is smashed. And I was just like, what? Define smashed. Because my mom liked to exaggerate like you wouldn't even believe. And she was just like, Jordan, it was intentionally smashed. It is broken. I can't even open it. And I was just like, all right, Mom, chill out. When I get home, I'll check it out. So on my way home, I've got some friends in my car, and we pull into my neighborhood. And there was this girl that lived on the corner, down the street from me. Her name was Nicole. And I pull up in front of her house, and her mailbox is flattened out like a pancake. And I was just like, what the fuck? So I whip around down to my house. Sure enough, my mailbox is smashed to pieces. Like, that was intentional. It looked like it was done with a baseball bat. So I get home and I'm asking my brother and sister, did you guys see anything? Because when it happened, they were home. I wasn't home. My parents weren't home. My parents got home and found it like that, and they immediately thought I had something to do with it. So I'm asking my brother and sister, hey, did you see anything? Did you hear anything? She's like, well, my sister's like, well, yeah, we heard something and it was scary. And I was just like, well, why didn't you go see who it was? You couldn't even get like a description of the car or anything. Just like I was too scared. So, trying to get to the bottom of this, trying to figure out who smashed our mailboxes. And then I get a text from one of my friends. Because after I've updated my Facebook post to who smashed my mailbox, I had a friend text me that lived in my neighborhood. And he said, dude, my mailbox is also smashed. And I was just like, what the fuck? Whoever's doing this, we're thinking they must ride our bus because they know where all of us live. And there was a connection between all of us. We all live next to each other. So I'm trying to figure out, did you guys get on anyone's bad side? I was even looking into my past. I was like, right, do I have an angry ex-girlfriend? I couldn't think of any girl that had the balls to do something like this. So I narrowed it down to, it was just one of them and one of their friends, or somebody that doesn't like them fucking with all of us. So then I get this text from my friend. This guy lives 20 minutes away from me. All right. And he texts me and says, dude, my mailbox is gone. And I'm like, wait, my mailbox is smashed. Quentin's mailbox is smashed. Nicole's mailbox is smashed. And someone stole your mailbox? But you live like 20 minutes away. Does anybody else have mailbox issues where you live? And he was just like, all right, I'm gonna start asking some neighbors and looking around. So he's looking around, and then guess what happens next? I hear the doorbell ring at my house, and it was as if somebody was playing ding dong ditch on us, because they rang the doorbell about 10 times and then ran off. All right, and I'm guessing they parked their car around the corner because I didn't see a car when I got to the front door. So I opened the door, and there's a smashed mailbox on my porch with an address on it that I did not recognize. So I'm looking at the mailbox, and I pick it up, and I'm like, hey, Eric, you said someone stole your mailbox, right? And he's just like, yeah, all right, well, what's your address? And he tells me his address, and it matches exactly what the address is on the mailbox that's smashed up sitting on my front porch. So now I start freaking out. I'm like, Eric, someone just dropped off your mailbox at my front door and just ran. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? So we're all on a 4-way call now. Me, Quentin, Nicole, and Eric. Because we're all having problems with our mailboxes. So we're trying to figure out, okay, who knows all of us and who knows where we all live? Because there's some kind of connection here, because we all know each other. We're all pretty good friends, and someone doesn't like us because they're fucking with our mailboxes hardcore. So Quentin is the first one to call the police. So the police goes to Quentin's house, and I can see the police officers down at his house, and then they come down to my house and they're talking to me. So the police officer comes in my house, they're talking to my dad. Then the police officer leaves my house, goes down to Nicole's house. I don't even know what Nicole told them. Nicole's parents were pissed. They were like, Nicole, don't even talk to Jordan right now. This is bad. This guy is trouble. And I'm just like, really? I don't even know what's going on right now. I'm just as confused as you are. And so a few weeks go by, we all get new mailboxes, and nobody ever messes with our mailboxes again. It was really weird. I mean, to this day, that was probably like 3 years ago. To this day, never figured out who it was. We just couldn't figure out who knew all of us and who knew where we all lived. Cause I don't know, you guys. It's a mystery. The mailbox mystery that was never solved.